Okay, y'all, let's do this. Let's do this. Before we even get started, if y'all in the car with the children, I'm gonna need y'all to wait till y'all get home to listen to this video. If your kids ain't around, if your kids are around, I'm gonna need you to shoo them away because guess what? This video is not kid friendly. You hear me? I'm about to give y'all some real facts, and this might be a little, too abrasive for a child's ear. So, what I advise you parents to do, because I know y'all like to listen to me going home from work or when you're cooking the dinner or on your way. I don't know. I don't know. Just don't have no kids around when we do this, right? So let's start here, right? Back in 2003, when Jay-Z and Beyonce just started dating, when they had first did a collaboration with Bonnie and Clyde, right? That's when they first started feeling each other, right? He was dating Beyonce. That same year, he made a song called Lucifer, where he had made a song. It was called Lucifer, and the lyrics in the song said, "Fly like Sanaa." Okay? Now, think about this, guys. You know how those rappers or how hip hop stars, whatever you want to call them, whatever it is, you know what they do. You know the game. The game is say a R&B singer or an actress's name in the song, and then the girl gets so flattered, next minute you know you got her in her bedroom, right? We know this to be true for several situations. What is the greatest example? 50 Cent and Vivica. I don't know what award ceremony it was, or what event it was, but he shouted out Vivica Fox, and here it is 15 years later, and that girl cannot get that pickle off her mind. Now, I'm not mad at her, because you know how it is, us ladies. Even if you moved on 17 times, you always going to remember a good pickle. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to remember a good lay. You know what I'm saying? I was going to say something, but that's too private. So he said the song, he said those words in the song Lucifer. So I'm sure that Sanaa kept that in mind. I'm sure that all the actresses and R&B singers, when the people shout them out, the game shouted out, what is that? Vivica. I mean, not Vivica, Maya. If y'all remember her, she's from the DMV. That's what hip hop artists do. They say the woman's name so that the woman be like, "Oh, he mentioned me in a song." Next minute, you laid up in some hotel somewhere with some rapper getting hauled out, and then when he done with you, he just sends you back home, and next minute you know you doing plays on the chilling circuit, right? But that was 2003. Fast forward to 2018, we have, or no, 2017, because I think this happened, December 2017, where they had a party or something, after party, right? And at the after party, what's her name? Sanaa Lathan had been flirting with Jay-Z. Okay, I'm sure she's well aware that who she is, and that so many men find her beautiful even in her older age, like people like Regina Hall, from DC, my DC homegirl. I told y'all that daggone girl stole my boyfriend. I'm telling y'all, she stole my boyfriend. She lived, what is it? I was on Moore Street, and she was from Kenya or Kiefer Street, something like that. We both from Uptown, and she stole my boyfriend. She stole him. Regina, if you see that video, girl, I'm gonna get you, girl. I remember it. I remember that because anyway, I'm gone to the left. So at any rate, to 2017, what ended up happening was she saw Jay-Z at the party, and, she was flirting with him. As when we get older, we get more confident with the fact that we still are maintained. We know the young dudes find us attractive, even though Jay-Z is really 50-something, but he claimed to be 48 or 49, child. Star in the morning called his ass out years ago for being like 53, 54. He lies to everybody, okay? Jay-Z is lying to everybody. That nigga is in his 50s, not in his 40s. Stop with the lies, Jay-Z. Stop with the lies. So she's flirting with him, and She's flirting with him, and Beyonce walks up on her and say, "What the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on? You know, y'all, what's going on?" So what she says is, girl, it ain't nothing, like giggling about it, because you know she high. Who ain't surprised if she high? I ain't surprised. None of them high. Like, for real, I'm not surprised that Neil Long is high. Well, we all knew Neil Long was getting high. But Sanaa Lathan, because when she hooked up with French Montana, I was like, what the fuck is she doing with French Montana? But then I was like, well, shit, she with French Montana. I could tell she a party girl. So when she hooked up with him, and we all know that, you know, that whole zhuzh, that whole bad boy zhuzh be down with the booger sugar, the powdered donuts, the Eiffel Tower, whatever it is you want, that old girl, you know, whatever it is you want to say. Okay, we all know that they gets busy. Who is that? 50 Cent, all them gets busy. Okay, so anyway, she feeling herself, you know, she flirting with Jay-Z. Beyonce walk up on her and say, "What's the judge? Why you all up in my fan face?" And she giggling and she bite Beyonce on the face. Not hard, you know. She love juiced her. She just wanted to suck a little love juice out of her, right? But I need y'all to open y'all mind to things, right? I don't need y'all to be all stuck up when you hear this. But actually what was going on was Sanaa Lathan was like, okay, Beyonce, your husband can get it, but you can get it too. I said to myself, nothing beats a failure but a fucking try. And she tried it, okay? It was just Beyonce wasn't biting. Because if you know what I'm saying right now, I'm saying that there's no better threesome outside of Jay-Z and Beyonce than, let me see, a better threesome would be Michelle and Barack Obama. That's the only threesome that would be better than Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's the only one, okay? And I'm sure that if Michelle and Barack Obama was to, you know, say to Sanaa Lathan, "Hey Sanaa," I'm sure she would jump on top of Barack and Michelle Obama. I mean, you know, especially when you be doing that booger sugar. I'm not surprised. You know, I don't think none of us are being surprised. So I need y'all to open your eyes up, because that was basically when you get bit on the face by a woman in front of her husband. That's an invitation to both y'all can get it tonight if you want it. So I'm not mad at her, you know. Drugs make you tell the truth. Drinking make you tell the truth. And the truth said, Jay-Z, I want you. And Beyonce, if you want it, you can get it too. So let's not be, you know, so shocked and appalled about it. That's why you got to have that non-disclosure when you're going to these Jay-Z and Beyonce's parties, because, you know, anything is available. But let me say this. What's going on with Tiffany Haddish? I really hope that this does not destroy her, because from what I understand, she did the interview months ago. They released part of the interview initially, right, where she had to, you know, where the whole situation came out when Beyonce said, "Tiffany, you need to sign I forgot what song it was. Something she came out and said, "Tiffany, you need to sign a non-disclosure if you want to hang out with me." Okay? So that part, the first part was released. Then the second part of the same interview was that somebody bit Beyonce in the face, and Tiffany was like, "I'm about to go get that work. What you want me to do, babe? Because I can handle it." And Beyonce was like, no, calm down. How about this? How about if we just take a selfie and then we'll be good? We were good. Or they were good. Tiffany didn't say anything else about the situation. And let me say this, that Tiffany Haddish did get approval from Beyonce to say the entire interview. So don't think for 1 second that information was not approved by Beyonce team. All of it was approved. The problem came into effect that it's coming into effect now because Tiffany Haddish has told her friends that, or whoever it is that she's close to, that the person that actually bit Beyonce in the face was Sanaa Lathan, right? So now it's coming off that Tiffany Haddish is a motor mouth, because no one would have ever known if Tiffany Haddish wouldn't have said anything. So you've said things, and you've said that. You signed a non-disclosure. I don't know if you signed it right after the party. I don't know when she signed it. I don't know. Because everything could be, placed, or what's that word? Excuse me, guys. My sinuses are bothering me. That's why I'm finding myself at a loss for words. But it could have been it. This all could be a setup. Whereas Beyonce's like, look, I need you to say this. I need you to do that. Kind of like the setup with the elevator with Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Solange, and then it created this buzz. The same thing now that Sanaa Lathan. Hell, Sanaa Lathan could be in on all of this. We really don't know. But I think it just looks poorly for Tiffany Haddish to be talking about things with her friends that now it's gotten out. Now, because it could have been a mystery forever, but because she said something to the wrong people who sold the story to TMZ, obviously. And now let's see what happens next, guys. So tell me what you think about the entire situation. Do y'all believe that it was a threesome thing? I think that was an invitation to a threesome. I think this was a Jay-Z, you can get it, but guess what? I'll give it to your wife too. Tell me what you think. Deuce.